Hiya guys, my name is Andrea and I'm going to talk to you about top 7 vaccines you need when you go abroad. Immunization is a very important part you need to do if you want to make sure you get back home safe and sound. So let's get started. Number 1. Tetanus is one of the vaccines that everybody pretty much needs everywhere they go, and it comes combined with diphtheria and polio under the name of Rivoxis. Every mother who chooses to vaccinate their child would get this one from the moment they are born, according to the national immunization in UK and other countries. Tetanus is caused by a toxin released from Clostridium tetani, and it can be found everywhere in the environment, especially in dust, soil and waste. After the primary course, a booster is needed every 10 years if going to a high-risk country. Number 2. Typhoid vaccine is used to prevent typhoid fever, and the bacteria that causes this condition can be transmitted through contaminated water and food. A booster is needed every 3 years if going in a high-risk country. Number 3. Japanese encephalitis. This one is caused by an infected mosquito bite. The most common area where you might get bitten by this mosquito will be in Asia, in the rural areas, pig farming areas or rice fields. You will need 2 vaccines at 1 or 4 weeks interval to get protection and another booster in 12 to 24 months if going in a high-risk area. Number 4. Hepatitis A is a viral infection and it can be transmitted through contaminated water and food, and very important through direct contact with a contaminated individual. The advantage of this vaccine is that it gives long-lasting protection, and unlike other vaccines, this one will give you protection for up to 25 years, which is amazing, right? 2 vaccines are needed, one on day 1 and the second one between 6 to 12 months to get full protection. There is also a combined vaccination of hepatitis A and typhoid, used by many to kill 2 birds in one go. Number 5. Hepatitis B. This one is a viral infection mainly transmitted through contaminated body fluids. I am talking about unprotected sexual intercourse, tattoos, piercings, dental procedures, medical treatment and sharing needles. Compared to other infections, this particular one can be avoided by not doing any of the things that I have just mentioned. This vaccine will involve 3 injections spread over 3 weeks or 6 months, depending on how quickly you have to go abroad. There is also a combined vaccination of hepatitis A and hepatitis B, which is commonly chosen by those who are afraid of needles. Number 6. Rabies. This one is a viral infection transmitted through contact of saliva of an infected animal. It can either be a bite, scratch, or lick of an open wound. Before you enter the high-risk area, you will need 3 injections over a period of 7, 21, or 28 days. If by any chance you get bitten by an infected animal and you got those 3 vaccinations, you will only need further 2 vaccines to get full treatment. If you do not get the vaccines before getting bitten, this can be life-threatening and you will need antibodies treatment and further 5 rabies vaccines. Some underdeveloped countries might not have these treatments and you urgently need to fly back home. And finally, number 7, yellow fever. This one is a viral infection and it is transmitted through a mosquito bite, especially at night in the jungle area. The symptoms might be mild at the beginning, but in some cases it can be quite severe with internal bleeding and even death. Many of you have probably seen that some countries require a vaccine certificate. Why is that? Some countries have the mosquito that transmit the virus, however they do not carry the disease, and this is why the officials want to make sure that nobody that enters their country is contaminated. Let me be a bit clearer. Let's say I carry the virus and I go to a country where nobody has it, but they have the mosquito that can carry yellow fever. If I get bitten by that mosquito, I will transmit that infection to the mosquito and then the mosquito will transmit it to other people through bite. So, in a nutshell, I can make a mosquito ill and the mosquito can make me ill. Ironic, huh? If you're coming from a country with no risk of yellow fever, they will not ask you for a certificate. However, if in your trip you stop for a few days in a high-risk area with yellow fever and then travel to the region with no risk, they will ask for a vaccination certificate. You only need 1 injection that will give you protection for life. It used to be every 10 years a couple of years back, as many of you might know. When that yellow fever certificate is being provided to you, please make sure it's written correctly. Full name, date of birth written as the actual month and not numbers. For example, if you are born in July, it needs to be written July and not 07. Also very important are the signature of the healthcare professional, batch number of the vaccine, expiry date and stamp. If you lose your certificate, you can get another one if you can provide some proof from your healthcare professional. If not, you can easily get another job. For more information, you can visit your local travel pharmacist or GP. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe.